Let's move forward with the civilizations and move into Southwest Asia. So we looked at early agriculture in Southwest Asia. These are early civilizations in Southwest Asia, coming back to our regions of the Middle East, Levant, Anatolia, Mediterranean, and so on. So these are the approximate distributions of Halafian painted poetry and related wares. And this is the Assyrian Empire. So these are the sites and cultural distributions mentioned in chapter 15 of this book, People of the Earth. Just to look again at our favorite graphic of this book, Southwest Asian civilizations. So this are now talking about time here going from 3000 BC to 1 AD, and the civilizations are here: temperate Europe, Aegean, Anatolia, Southwest Asia, Egypt, Nile Valley, Nubia, South Asia, and Indus. So we'll combine these and then come back to each little bit as well. So starting here with the Indus civilization, Indus Valley civilization that I mentioned. So 3000 BC or 500 before present, and went extinct around, let's say, 1800 BC or so, related to the monsoon ups and downs. In temperate Europe at the time, same time, you had beakers, and let's say if we want to focus on Southwest Asia, then you have Nile Valley, Nubia, and Egypt, starting with the Old Kingdom. So farmers were already here. Kingdom of Kush, with exchanges, and also Indus civilization was exchanging with Sumerians. Sumerians were exchanging with city-states in the eastern Mediterranean. Vine and olive cultivation was already there, and seagoing trade was already in place. These things matter because they led to various cultural exchanges and social decisions, social complexification, religions, languages, communication, and so on. Rapid technological change and Bronze Age working happened around 1800 BC or so. So you had the Hittites, Minoans, all exchanges happening together into the eastern Mediterranean, the Ur-3, Agade, Babylon. You have the exchange here with Middle Kingdom. So the first intermediate and second intermediate stages identified here. Egyptian colonization and the New Kingdom. So Old Kingdom ended with the Middle Kingdom in the here, and New Kingdom, and then the late period and the Ptolemies. Okay, so the Napata and the Mero here trades with Southeast Asia by AD 1, of course, through Anatolia and land routes as well as ocean routes. So Assyrians here, that's the empire we saw here, spanning this period from about 1500 BC into 500 BC or so. Greece, Israel, Phoenicians, so you know these battles there still have historical repercussions. Etruscans, Rome of course, and Latene and Hallstatt. Okay. Just a quick run through these things because I'm just adding few additional points to the main book. By 7000 BC, highland peoples had settled in northern Mesopotamia in areas where agriculture was possible through the use of seasonal rainfall. These Hassuna people lived in close contact with other societies downstream that developed irrigation agriculture. In about 6500 BC, Halafian painted wares appeared over a wide area of upland northern Mesopotamia and Anatolia. They are thought to have coincided with the emergence of chiefdoms in this area. The Delta lowlands may have supported farmers before 6500 BC, but the first traces of them appear in the Ubaid culture of the 6th millennium. They practiced small-scale irrigation and lived in groups of communities linked by trade networks. In time, some villages like Eridu became ceremonial centers and towns. A rapid evolution of urban life ensued, marked by fast population growth, the congregation of people in small cities, and the development of long-distance trade, which was critical. This new urban society was organized in distinctive stratified social classes, so hierarchy in societies was well established. Copper metallurgy developed at about the same time in the highlands and soon came into widespread use. Okay. By 2900 BC, Sumerian civilization was in full swing and was part of what we call a nascent world system, which linked policies as far afield as the Iranian plateau and the Indus in the east and Mediterranean Nile Valley in the west. Mesopotamia never achieved political unification under the Sumerians. Rather, dozens of city-states vied for political and economic supremacy and competed with other societies in northern Mesopotamia and close to the Zagros Mountains. Sumerian civilizations flourished until 2000 BC, when it was eclipsed by the Akkadian and then Babylonian power. In the late 2nd millennium BC, the city of Assur in the north, nurtured by the Assyrian Empire, which was extended by vigorous and despotic kings during the first half of the succeeding millennium. At one time, the Assyrian Empire stretched from the Mediterranean to the Persian Gulf, as the map we saw. The Assyrian Empire fell in 612 BC, and the power vacuum was filled by the Babylonians under the rule of Nebuchadnezzar. Babylon fell to Cyrus the Great of Persia in 539 BC, and Mesopotamia became part of the Persian Empire. So you can see this vast Assyrian Empire that collapsed around 612 BC and then fell to the Babylonians under Nebuchadnezzar, and Babylon then fell to Cyrus the Great of Persia 539 BC. Okay, so onwards we'll come and look at other civilizations. So we'll just go through multiple civilizations and then move to the New World and then conclude the input from this chapter, from this book, People of the Earth. Okay.